You know, a lot of section hikers making appointments.
All right, so back on the trail after a wonderful 2 days off in Franklin. It's definitely a fun town. I'd highly recommend checking by. It's very hiker friendly. The folks there very supportive of all of us through hikers as well. I'm going to be coming up onto Winding Stair Gap here shortly. This is where typically folks get off for Franklin, but I had to dip off just a little bit earlier because of my knee. The 2 days off trail though, just been icing down my knee and relaxing, and that has helped so much. The brace has also helped quite a bit, and so I think so far I'm going to be able to get through today without any pain. Fingers crossed though. I just love me a bridge that goes over a waterfall. All right, so I've hiked about 7 miles here today already. It's been a really nice day, a little bit chilly, but the sun has been out, which has been very nice. But so far, my knee is feeling wonderful. This brace is really helping. I think the rest that I had in Franklin has really helped out quite a bit. Ankle, a little bit sore, but it always is a little stiff once I get started. After a few days of hiking, it should be nice and loose and be fine, but man, the brace is a lifesaver right now. All right, I'm approaching my first bald of the trail. This is Seiler Bald. I hear it has an incredible view up there, so looking forward to having some lunch up there. Wow. Been just such a beautiful day today. Really enjoyed the hiking, not much pain. The trail was really nice. So days like this make me really enjoy being out on the AT. So I ended up going, probably 11, 12 miles here today. No issues with my knee, which has been fantastic. But I was going to try to push forward to get to the Waya shelter. I think I am going to stop just a little bit short, about 2.5 miles short of that, and camp at the Wine Spring campsite. One, I just enjoy the name. I think it's kind of nice. And also, I just really don't want to push myself to get to that shelter. I'd have to go over another bald. So it's going to be a little tough to get that 2.5 additional miles knocked out. So probably not worth it to push myself back on the first day back on trail. Tomorrow I'm going to have to probably make up some of that mileage, but hoping to knock out 15 miles tomorrow. So that'll be only my, I believe, second time doing that kind of mileage, but definitely am wanting to start kicking that up soon. So why not start tomorrow? All right, this is Waya Gap. Seems to be a pretty quiet road here today. And of course, whenever you go down to a gap, you must come back up and out of the gap. All right, well, another very cold morning. I actually didn't do much filming last night when I got to the campsite. I was absolutely exhausted. I guess I didn't sleep very well the night before, and so it just kind of all hit me right about a mile before hitting the campsite, and I was just completely knocked out by about 7 o'clock. The sun was still out, which was pretty surprising, but I did get a piece of advice which worked out awesome, which was to use a hot hands to crack one of those open and put it in your sleeping bag before you go to bed. And man, that added another 15, 20 degrees of warmth probably. So last night I actually dropped into the 20s, kind of low 20s, unfortunately, but I was just completely warm the entire night. So awesome piece of advice for anyone that is going to be camping in extremely cold weather and may not have the gear that drops down or that is ready or prepared for that kind of weather. So the plan for today, I'm going to be trying to go about 13 miles here today. I'm going to do it pretty slowly though, so I expect to get into camp pretty late. But we should be going over Wyabald, which is one of the most popular spots as far as this little section goes. So I should get some pretty cool little photos and videos for y'all. Pretty excited for that. And I think actually if I can complete the miles today, I should be getting into the NOC sometime tomorrow. So excited about that. So it's a very well-known, popular spot. I see lots of videos about it online. So it'll be really cool to actually be there in person. So I just think this is really cool. So all these little white things here, it's little pieces of ice that formed on the trail. All right, so a little gear update. So even though the Outfitter 76 in Franklin did not have a sleeping pad that I was wanting to get, they did have a patch repair kit that I used, and it seemed to work great last night. So excited to have a workable sleep pad again that's not having to be reflated 3 times or 4 times throughout the night. Kept me much warmer as well, so very happy that that worked out. The leak was sort of near the valve. I guess there's a little bit of fabric that starts to tear a little bit where the plastic and the fabric touch. So just a little heads up for folks if you're using an Uber light that will happen to you. I hear it's a very common problem, so patch kit helped. All right, so that was the Waya observation or fire lookout, and it's definitely a popular spot. There's a parking lot, so you can actually drive up to it. A lot of day hikers just come out to take a look at the awesome views. So if you're in the area, definitely recommend to take a look. It was definitely worth the hike up. It was actually really nice. You could actually see the Great Smoky Mountains from there, as well as Albert Mountain. So very cool. You could see pretty much everything in the range. Check out these blowdowns. Must have been here for a while with all this moss growing on them. Coultering Shelter. It's the first one that's been just right off the trail here. Unfortunately, I will not be stopping here tonight. All right, I'm about 8 miles in today. I'm going to try to go about 5.5 more to the Westerwald Shelter. It's actually been a really nice day. The sun has been out. It's been a little cool, but makes for really nice hiking weather. And it's been a lot of uphill, but my knee and my ankle have been feeling great today, so that's very uplifting. Makes me feel good that I'll be able to finish up this hike. But looking forward to getting into camp, falling asleep early because I will be exhausted after 6 more miles. All right, I got about 2 more miles until I reach the shelter. Always this time of day is the most difficult. I'm tired. I just want to be in camp. I'm hungry. So, oh man, this is where it really tests your mettle. But which was awesome because at the gap I just crossed by, a gentleman was giving out some trail magic, some fruit, some drinks, some little snacks, chips. It was awesome. It was great to chat with him. All right, so I am just getting started for the day. I haven't been doing too much filming in the evenings then. A lot of times it's because I end up sitting there chatting with folks and I just completely forget to get my phone out and actually videotape anything or record anything. But had a really wonderful time at the shelter last night. A gentleman goes by the name of Yogi and a woman that goes by the name of Grace. We definitely had a good time chatting, and then in the morning we actually did a little yoga routine led by Yogi that should hopefully help my muscles and my joints with today's hike. So I already feel a lot more limber and loose, so appreciate his instruction there, and hopefully that'll lead to a better habit of mine to actually stretch out in the morning. So we'll see how today goes. You'll be hitting up the Nantahala Outdoor Center, also known as the NOC, here in about 6 miles, where they should have burgers and beers there. So it should be a nice little break from the trail. I think it's true what they say that, the trail is nice and all, and it's obviously a very important part of the hike, but the people are really what make the trail special. So the people I've met so far have been just absolutely incredible, so helpful, so kind, and interesting too. Everyone comes from all parts of the United States or the world even. I've met a lot of folks from the UK, Germany already, Australia. It's really fascinating to see how many folks have learned about the trail and are excited to go hike the trail. So it's really been a wonderful experience so far. The views have been just absolutely gorgeous this morning. Check this out. I'm not sure if this is coming across in the video. There's these little white leaves or flowers up on the trees here. It's really pretty. There it is, the Nantahala Outdoor Center.
That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did.